Hello, hello, hello. Hey, welcome back. Oh, we are live. Testing and testing. Let me just fix my little earbud. Check, check, check. Mic checking. Yes, we are good. Hello, loving too. Welcome back to the Saga Reveal. We are live on the tube. And what can I say? Get here, get cozy. It is a tea time. Greetings and greetings to my Saga lovers. And I am your host, Madem-Oiselle. Remember, this channel is for entertainment and commentary only. All right? So let's chat and gab. And what happened? Mr. Guilbeault has been hurt. His emotions been hurt. He's crying about Alberta. He does not belong to Alberta. And we'll get to that. But first, let's watch Pierre's surprise little roast. Again, let me say it was my third time with you here. Checking and checking. Let's go. That was fun. What can I say? Pierre can be hilarious. People, pay attention. Hello, Kiki Eyes. Oh, nice to see you, sister. Let me put on my comments here. Girl, hold on. Here we are, and I'm going to put on my comments. So let's start with the window here. Meet them. Nope. This one. Let me make sure here, guys. Lovely to have you, Kiki. Ta-da-da. So yeah, meet. Let me share my screen. With Meet the Clone of Mr. Pierre Poilievre. This was a surprise event that Pierre was invited to and surprised everybody. So let me share. Pierre is the Conservative Party leader of Canada. Had the grandbabies this weekend. Hey, Kiki. Really? I hope you had fun. This is something to keep you going, keep your heart beating. We need kids around. Let's go. So this was our biggest broadcaster in Canada, inviting him to a dinner. And last time he was invited there, he didn't go, and he told his party nobody should go because he wanted to defund them. But I guess they made peace. Let's see.
Mrs. Justin Trudeau more than Susan Delacourt?
Let me know.
The Conservative leader, Pierre Poilievre. Hello, everyone. Yes. Yes. Hello. Yes. Hello, everybody. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Yes.
So this is an impersonator of our Conservative Party leader,
Yes.
comedian,
Thank you.
the biggest broadcaster.
Thank you. Yes, yes. Very nice, very nice. Good evening, gentlemen and biological clocks. I am conservative leader and star of This Hour Has 22 Minutes, Pierre Poilievre. I'm sorry I'm late. I just came in from my riding in Bubble River. Sorry, I wrote that down weird. Baby butter crop top. It doesn't matter. I know it. I know it. Okay? I'm not really sure where I will be sitting yet. It doesn't matter. I'll just take that guy's chair. It'll be fine. I'll just take a chair. Okay, so I've written down a few things that I would like to say.
He's mimicking our Conservative Party leader.
That's the ballot from my last election.
Yes, unfortunately, that happened at his last election. The ballot was into the hundreds of names, which never, ever, ever, ever happened, should have never happened. Even though, other stuff even happened before that. But let's keep at it. Yeah.
I'm on here somewhere. I don't know. Man, this makes it really hard to vote. Wow. Well, I got to say, yes. So, you guys remember when I lost for a minute and didn't have a job in politics? I felt like I was 15 again.
Yes, because he lost his own riding after so many years, because the riding has been amalgamated with other areas, and this is what happens.
I didn't know what to do as a regular man, right? I didn't know I was allowed to date an astronaut. My new campaign manager, Steve Outhouse. Don't laugh. It's a regular name. Everybody has it. It's very common. It's very, very common. He says that I have to be more likable. So he sent me out here. He said, can you convince everybody that you're likable in 90 seconds? And I said to him, I can say all the likable things about me in way less than 90 seconds.
Way less.
Right. And if not, we'll just hire an actor to be likable for me. Yeah. We found me on the CBC. That's right. I know, right? CBC. I don't know who the cuckold is here more, me or me. I love the CBC, by the way. I think it should be fun.
These types of jokes usually don't happen much on CBC.
Funded more, to be quite honest. You can quote me on that. Write that down. Guys, write that down. I'm going to fund the CBC even more. Quote that. All right. Sorry, reporters. I know that I haven't been the nicest to you. I'm very sorry. I love reporters. Just, don't talk to me before I've had my morning coffee. I like tea, by the way. Any NDP here? Any NDP? Oh yeah, whose +1 were you? Boom, roasted. Yeah, don't worry, I will be roasting all relevant parties. The Green Party. Moving on. I'd make fun of the Bloc, but honestly, I never know what they're even saying. It's crazy. Yeah.
Or French Party.
I'm late. I don't know. Is Mark Carney here? Oh, who cares? Yeah. I don't know. Is Mark Carney here? Oh, who cares?
Oof.
Yeah.
That's sad. Nobody cares about our Prime
it
Minister.
Must have been annoying eating dinner next to the elbows up guy, right? Just up like that. I'm gonna put him down. Wow. It's rude. Okay. He's doing my ideas as well. Pipelines and firing everybody is what I would do.
Wow.
Yeah, this proves it wasn't my policies you didn't like. It really was me. Yeah. It really was. So this is the new me. Okay? Take me in. I'm likable now. Yeah? Does anyone want to yell, lead us, Big Daddy? Anyone want to yell it out? Please yell it out.
Please lead us.
All right. Well, before I leave, in honor of me and the Conservatives, I will reveal our new slogan. Long live the CBC. Long live the CBC. Long live the CBC.
Working hard for his money.
Long live the CBC. That's right. Long live the CBC. Long live the CBC, everybody. Long live the CBC.
Oh, you got caught, bro. This is our Conservative Party leader. Wow, that's cute. They're like mirroring each other. I love every bit of this guy. Having a little bit of fun time in our politics here. Telling you, this guy's working hard for his money. And then you're eating the apple. Pierre likes his apple. That's a little joke here. Mentioning he did while he was having an apple. We're getting expensive.
Une grande tournée d'applaudissements pour la version Timu de moi. Big round of applause for the Timu version of me, everybody.
So yes, he's bilingual. So that's French and English, but he'll translate. Keep track, guys. That was the Timu version of him, he said.
As you know, Chris Stars on this hour has 22 minutes, which is the second funniest satire on CBC after Power in Politics. You know, Chris is actually the most expensive comedian at the CBC, and in fact, the most expensive in the entire world if you measure on a cost per laugh basis. Now, just to be clear, to all the CBC staff who are gathered here today, don't believe what you hear. And by the way, when I speak of CBC staff, I'm not just talking about the PMO comm shop, I'm talking about all of you. I never said I was going to shut down the CBC. I said I was going to defund it, which means that we can find some creative funding methods to keep it going. Like maybe they could move their head office to a Caribbean tax haven so that Brookfield could pay for it.
So that's our Prime Minister's investment company that he was head of. He's talking about basically our Prime Minister is working for his own pocket. And the CBC was going to defund them because they're subsidized by the government. And Pierre said that he was going to, defund them. But they thought they were going to lose all their jobs. But here's what he's telling them as a joke, of course.
The company might have some spare office space above that bicycle shop in Bermuda. Another revenue source would be for David Cochrane to start charging for the water he carries for the Liberal Party. The third way is for me to donate royalties. And I'm announcing that I will do that today. Royalties for all those who copy me, imitate me, or steal my ideas. I think Mark Carney is here today. He wanted to have an impersonator of his own, but then he discovered that Mr. Burns is a cartoon. But who's ready to tax the tax? Build the homes. Oh, wait a sec here. They gave me my speech for the January Conservative Convention. There's got to be some content in here I can use. Down with the out-of-touch elites. Oh, wrong crowd.
Wrong crowd.
I know. No more greasy lobbyists. Oh, that's not going to work either. Fire the overpaid consultants. Oh, I see Regan Watts is here tonight, so that's not going to work. All right. I guess we're going to have to settle for some more boring three-word verb-to-noun slogans like eat the food, drink the booze, fake the laughs.
Fake the laughs.
It wasn't just the slogans that people criticized.
We're having a hard
last
time
campaign.
laughing.
Look, and fair enough. We made some great gains. We added 25 seats, 2.5 million votes, but we need to get over the top, and that means making some adjustments, some changes, and that means I have to look inward into what changes I have to make. I've been told since the election that I need to gain those extra few percentage points by being more lovable and human. So naturally, I've commissioned a poll on how to do that. And the preliminary results are in. Option A, I can get a dog. Or option B, and I'm quoting the pollster here, I can find more meaningful ways to connect with people on a personal level and make emotional connections with Canadians. So I immediately called the pollster and said, what kind of dog?
The CBC crowd.
Now, clearly, we conservatives do need to be a lot more pleasant. And I hear these reports about people kicking in doors, calling each other snakes, yelling, and I thought, who leaked this morning's staff meeting? But come on, none of you really believed Chris D'Entremont's story about being threatened and intimidated by my whip.
Nope, nobody did.
And my House Leader. Have any of you actually seen my
dropped
whip
it
and my
fast.
House Leader? Andrew Scheer has not intimidated anyone in the history of man. And Chris Workington, well, he is so skinny, he's like the poster child for long-term Ozempic abuse. But the whole thing has us all thinking about caucus management. I think that Stephen Guilbeault would actually agree that this is very important. I hear that the NDP actually rejected having Guilbeault join their caucus. What an ego blow. Come on, Don. Is Don Davies here tonight? Don, come on, man. Beggars can't be choosers. And surely Stephen Guilbeault's brand of crazy would fit in right between the delegation of furries and the Queers for Palestine. I see that Elizabeth... I see that
crowd.
Elizabeth May's here, and that's great. But
propaganda crowd,
I have
guys.
to say, I get a little nervous around Elizabeth because she's a hugger, and of course, I'm allergic to feelings. So we'll go back to the NDP. The NDP does have a table tonight, not a full table. They don't have official table status. But we can't forget about the NDP the way Canadians did in the last election. And isn't it great to have the Prime Minister here tonight? Right here in Canada, of all places. So he's been dodging me in question period, but Prime Minister, I don't take it personally, so let's put those differences aside and let's give him a big Grey Cup welcome tonight, everybody.
He's there.
That was a little bit more kind and gentle than in Winnipeg, where he got more booze than Elizabeth Bay's liquor cabinet. An economist, Mr. May is, Mr. Carney, of course, is an economist, and economists deal with incentives. And I understand he promised that the media outlet that gave him the biggest applause would get the biggest bailout tonight. But he is right about one thing. Canada does face an existential crisis and threats against our sovereignty from a foreign leader. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with here.
Yes, sir.
We're dealing with a very tough guy who's staring us down and facing us with a number of very big threats. So all of us have to come together and get on message. But the trouble, Prime Minister, is I'm having a difficulty finding out what the latest slogan is. And you know how much I love slogans. We're all wondering how you went from elbows up to who cares? And we're told that the answer is that the big change happened when the president threatened you that if you didn't back down, then he would grab you by the pipeline. It certainly has been a busy time for the Prime Minister in international travel, checking on his investments, trade negotiations. If he's not been fighting for mom and pop shops like Brookfield, trying to get into Gulf states, we haven't seen such an altruistic champion of Canada's economy abroad since the Chinese lent us Dominic Barton. But the Prime Minister can't do this work all on his own. Dominic LeBlanc can't do it all for him either. I think Dominic now has more portfolios than any minister in Canadian history. I think he's just added heritage to it. Prime Minister, give Dominic a break. Please let him focus on the thing that is most passionate in his life, like giving contracts to his closest family members. Now, parlons maintenant de la nation québécoise.
Now let's talk about the French.
Et bon, je sais que les journalistes québécois sont encore fâchés parce que j'ai refusé de les embarquer dans mon avion de campagne. Mais la prochaine fois, les journalistes du Devoir vont inviter. Ça va m'aider à dormir dans l'avion de campagne. Oui, il y a une nouvelle étude, il y a le Devoir ici, il y a une nouvelle étude de Harvard qui montre que le meilleur remède pour l'insomnie, C'est l'éditorial de Madame Marie-Vassal de 3000 mots.
It's her
Et mais
editorial,
Red
3,000
Can, est-ce qu'on
words.
va inviter Red Can sur l'avion aussi? J'espère qu'on va permettre Red Can. Est-ce que Red Can est ici? Red Can, je sais pas. Je vais inviter Red Can d'aller sur l'avion. Christiane Noël va parler avec ses deux sources conservatrices recyclées et anonymes à l'arrière de l'avion en même temps. Mais si vous êtes là, mes amis de Radcan, peut-être vous allez voir que je suis capable de bouger, même plus rapidement qu'une députée libérale, dès qu'on lui parle de fling-flang. Mais blague à part, les choses vont mieux pour moi au Québec. Ben oui. Même Pablo Rodriguez voudrait avoir ma popularité.
Things are getting Quebec because the Quebec guy basically he's like he wishes
Mais
he
je
had
sais
his
que vous autres
popularity.
l'aimez. C'est un gars qui est très sympathique.
But he's a
Il
guy
a
that
une
you
belle
guys
coupe de
like.
cheveux.
And he goes,
Et il cuisine bien. En passant, on me dit qu'il
cook.
cuisine des très bons brownies.
And apparently he
Now,
makes
before I
great
take my
brownies.
seat and grimace my way through the rest of the evening,
Thank you, sir.
let me say I can't wait to be Prime Minister so that I never have to come back to this godforsaken event. As you know, I banned all of my MPs from coming to this event. So as soon as I find out that I was here, I will be kicking myself out of caucus. But in the meantime, on behalf of Doug Ford, let me propose a toast.
Please.
To the Parliamentary Press Gallery. Without you, anonymous sources would have to get a real job. So everybody, please raise a glass to the Parliamentary Press Gallery. How's that for a change in tone?
Royals
Thank you very much, everybody.
Well, they never left me. So that was the roast with Pierre. Let's go here. Today we are done with you, sir. So now let's go to the next chaos that happened with Mr. Guilbeault. Dun, 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 dun. Let's go to StreamYard, share my screen here. And BC Alberta Liberals. How do they feel about the pipeline? Not just about the pipeline. Well, let's see. Put it on full screen. Let's get it.
Broke that Stephen Guilbeault resigned. Just have to listen to this.
Here.
I want to play a clip in this monitor if I can, Minister. This is a new partnership, and on the day of this new partnership, this is what happened in the Alberta legislature when news broke that Stephen Guilbeault resigned. Just have to listen to this.
This day is full of incredibly good news. We got rid of the emissions cap, Mr. Speaker. We have a new pipeline coming here to Alberta, and we just learned that Stephen Guilbeault has resigned from the federal cabinet. So good news all around, Mr. Speaker. Simply,
let me just say,
I just wonder what you make of that. That this is a
before. Let me just say, I was also clapping. Without them on my little corner, as soon as I heard it, it's about time. He's gone, and why? Oh, because he doesn't get to have a say on what's going on in Alberta, or he doesn't get to have a say on what's going to go on with the country, a new pathway that his own boss has decided to go on with. So, sir, thank you for stepping down. Just please don't let the door hit you. But let's hear what David has to say about this, because David looks like he needed a box of Kleenex next to him. Oh, like always, so not biased. There you go. Because the Liberals were not in BC for
listen to this.
This day is full of incredibly good news. We got rid of the emissions cap, Mr. Speaker. We have a new pipeline coming here to Alberta, and we just learned that Stephen Guilbeault has resigned from the federal cabinet.
Look at that
So good
face.
news all around,
Joyful.
Mr. Speaker. Simply.
I just wonder what you make of that this is supposed to be a new partnership, and this is a cabinet minister in Daniel Smith's government celebrating the resignation on principle of the former environment minister.
And you know, that's unfortunate. And
Where was he?
certainly, as I mentioned to you, David, I was in Calgary yesterday and met with a number of the Alberta ministers, and they were very positive about this agreement, not flippant in any way. And there was a lot of excitement.
Yes, ma'am. It could. Thank you.
About the notion of working together and working to build a project that will
See,
result in incredible economic benefit for Alberta,
nice reply,
as well
ma'am.
as for
Gotta
Canada.
save
So
our
honestly,
faces.
you know, my own view is when I was there yesterday, that's exactly how I saw this as, you know, an arrangement that will make, that will be of substantial economic benefit.
For the country.
And, you know, I didn't see, you know,
There was a lot happening yesterday. I know you were
there's a
traveling.
lot.
Yeah, we all knew.
But this is what is happening, right? It's an interesting glimpse into what the relationship still is, right?
I don't think that.
No, David, you don't get it. Stephen is going to be gone. And then your other friend, little Jolie, too, is going to step down. And one by one, the party that has been in a commotion has been the Liberals. And now you're stuck backpedaling again about, things are not happening the way we wanted to. Let me see. Did you have any interest in the Green Slush Fund? Well, let's say, thank you, sir. You guys will be defunded soon, CBC as well. But let's go back to the next video about what's going on. Give me 1 second. Let's pause this for a second. And I'm going to stop sharing that one, and then we'll share the next one. Yes, let's talk about this has happened in Parliament 2 days ago. But let's go. Share here. Things are getting a little better, seems like, but slowly here in Canada. This is Michelle in Parliament a few days ago.
A senior Liberal debating my bill to stop leniency for non-citizens convicted of serious crimes said this.
If someone is going out there and raping another individual, do you really believe that they're going to get special treatment from a judge?
Well, the very next day, there was a report of a non-citizen in Barrie being convicted of raping a 13-year-old little girl and impregnating her twice. And the rapist had been given an adjournment to see what impact his guilty plea would have on what? His immigration status. Will the Liberals admit that they were wrong?
Do you really believe that they're going to get special treatment from a judge?
Thank you. I had to share that with you guys because thanks to Michelle, she's bringing awareness to certain things that, of course, we're not going to see in our news. And lastly, let's go to Pierre's page because he has a lot of interesting things going on. And I want to go through the shorts with you guys because it's very important to see what's been going on here in our country. Here we go. Let me share this screen. Here we start with this one.
Certainly from our perspective, Certainly from our perspective, we're at the precipice, and we're at a point where, based upon our numbers, things cannot continue as they are.
Will there be a barometer for Canadians to hold you accountable to?
The Canadians will hold account by their experience at the grocery store.
There's no luxuries anymore. By the time you pay your gas and buy your food and pay your rent, which is out of this world.
It will take some sacrifices, and it will take some time.
It should be very alarming, right? Like stupefying, shocking.
It will take some sacrifices.
It will take some sacrifices. It will take some sacrifices.
You sacrificing us? Nobody asked you
have
to.
Sacrificed enough under this Liberal government. You don't have to live like this. We can turn the hurt of the last decade into the hope of the future.
Right on.
Liberals passed C5, which lowered the penalty for extortion with a gun. What do you know? Now we have more extortion with guns. Then they brought in C75, catch and release bail. So the same extortionists who get caught are released within hours to go and do extortion all over again. Third, they ruined our immigration system. So we no longer screen for criminal records in other parts of the world. So people are able to come in with criminal records and carry out the crime on behalf of the Bishnoi Group and other crime networks. So our plan repeals catch and release bail, brings in mandatory jail time for repeat offenders, and ensures that we have a ban on the Bishnoi terrorists.
Wow, we like to harbor criminals here.
600 criminals that are non-Canadians that Liberals have allowed to run free in our streets, and they need to be deported from this country.
We'll
so
take
they
care
can
of
no longer
you.
harm our people. It's time for us to put Canada first and put law-abiding citizens ahead of criminals.
Thank you, Pierre.
My friends, the promise of Canada and the affordability of Canada is broken after 10 years of Liberals. Why is housing so expensive? Well, it's not your fault. The number one cost going into a new home today is not land, labor, or lumber. It's government. We have the fewest homes per capita of any country in the G7, even though we have by far the most land to build on. We each have to make all home building tax-free to get the GST, the HST off all homes under $1.3 million.
Next, Pierre.
Housing costs have literally doubled under Liberal policies, depriving an entire generation of the chance of owning homes, with British Columbia having some of the most expensive real estate anywhere in the world. Vancouver now is the most expensive housing market in North America, worse than New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago, and countless other places with more money, more people, and a lot less land to build on. Now, roughly 80% of our young people who don't yet have homes believe they never will. Rent is so expensive that many of our youth are now living in their parents' basements, as Liberal bureaucracy and Liberal taxes have driven up the cost of construction. The solution is for government to get out of the way and off the backs of our home builders, so builders can build, buyers can buy, and sellers can sell.
Looks like he's the only one who knows that.
Housing.
Next.
Tell the world how you pour a proper Guinness. 119.5 seconds. When you pour this Guinness, it'll be the finest drink that any man's ever had.
Well, look at this part.
This is where the action is. Let's keep marching forward. Let's keep knocking on that door, those doors. Let's go for it and multiply and win one for our country. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you.
Elbows up didn't do anything, did it?
Hundreds of Canadian auto workers will soon be out of jobs, and General Motors is blaming American tariffs.
When was the last time you spoke to the president?
Who cares? I mean, it's a detail.
Who cares?
It's a detail. I spoke to him. I'll speak to him again when it matters.
From manufacturing to transportation, industries
Mr.
hit
Who
hardest by
cares?
tariffs are also getting hit hard by job losses. Windsor now has an unemployment rate of 11.1%. In Oshawa, it's climbed to 9%. Here, General Motors is slowing production at this
Of
plant
course,
because of
they're
tariffs,
leaving.
forcing one of its parts suppliers to lay off 250 workers.
Who cares?
Oh, yes. Pierre cares. And they care. They care. Wow. You guys heard? You guys better go ask him. Really, bro?
Elbows up didn't do anything, did it?
Next.
Mark Carney needs to do only one thing for us to get a pipeline from Alberta
Did
to
I
the
agree
Pacific.
again?
One of my questions was, is this pipeline going to come? So
boring.
it's not actually.
It is.
For,
It is. No, but it is. It is.
Get out of the way.
The memorandum of
That was our
understanding that
prime
we're
minister.
negotiating with
Look at him.
Alberta creates necessary
Nothing is
conditions,
serious with
but
this
not
guy.
sufficient conditions.
It's important to note what this MOU is not. It is definitely not an approval for a pipeline. It is not a referral to the Federal Major Projects Office for fast tracking.
There are trillions of dollars of international investment crying out for the chance to build that pipeline. All they need is the federal government to stop blocking it. Mark Carney needs to do only one
Here we
thing for us to
go.
get a pipeline
Next.
from Alberta to the Pacific.
one of my questions was, is this pipeline going to come? So
Il n'y a rien de mieux que de se
That's the
battre
French
pour
one.
ses
Let's go to the
convictions.
English one.
There's no better way to spend your life than to fight for what you believe in. And no better place to do that than right here on Parliament Hill. Start your journey on Parliament Hill. Fight for what you believe in. Apply for the Conservative internship.
Good job. Get involved.
Pierre is the only guy who can turn things around. He's dedicated his whole life.
My message to young people is that we are going to deliver once again what you were promised: homes, jobs, and hope. This will be a nation where anyone from anywhere can achieve anything. So whether you started at the bottom
Well, yes,
of the
we
valley
can.
or at
It's
the
about
top of the
time.
hill, if you work
We
hard,
always
you can
knew
do what
that.
Maz did. It will be a country that is built not on bureaucrats and busybodies, tax collectors and toll masters, gatekeepers, and grandees. Instead, it will be a nation of artists and adventurers, of entrepreneurs and explorers, of patriots and pioneers, of warriors and workers. Our country will be united under one common identity and shared commitment to the freedom of and opportunity of every single person. But we
People
need
look up
you
to
to be
him,
part of
the
that
youth
movement. This is
specifically,
not
or I
a
should say,
spectator sport. It's a participation.
Yes. He's very inspiring.
My name is Avery, and I'm here on behalf of the younger generation to support Pierre. What he's doing is great. We're out here to spread the message.
We need to have somebody hold our government accountable for everything that they do. They can't just spend the money freely, obviously, and there's a lot of us
Steal the
that,
money.
are very hurting out there. So,
Is our country more prosperous and safer than it was during the Harper years?
No.
I've gotten to a point where I've realized that if I actually want to see Canada's economy grow, I want to see affordability for young people. I want to see real structural change, pride in who we are as a country, meaningfully representing who Canada is on the world stage. It needs to be with the Conservative government.
Really want to create jobs, impact the economy, and create a sustainable future for all of us.
He will shake every single person's hand in that building, and that is the man I want running my country. He cares about every single one of us, and we need somebody like that.
Great. It was great under Stephen Harper. I think it could be great again under Pierre Poilievre.
And also, like, just his financial policies are much better than the current one. And also, I'm personally very hopeful that he's going to be our next prime minister. So that's why I'm here.
I find it very surprising that someone like Mark Carney, with all his resume and his background, is constantly copying
Background.
Pierre's economic policies. It seems very
Garbage
strange to me.
resume.
And it just goes to prove that Pierre's policies are the right policies. If the government is copying the opposition,
Yes, he is taking all of his ideas. Why not? Because you guys were bamboozled. And here we are. Thank you, Pierre. I would say that was interesting. Which other one? Hold on. There's another video that I wanted to see here. Nope, that's it. That's it. I would say that is it. So voila, things are changing. Our prime minister is having a little bit of a hard time as in his own party. Hold on, let me check this for a second. Just froze for a minute. I saw that. Checking, checking, checking. 1 2 check on 1 2. Oh yeah, little froze. A bit of freezing going on in here. Looks like winter hit the Wi-Fi. Come on, Wi-Fi. Come on, Wi-Fi. Yes, I was kicked out. Sorry, I was kicked out. Ha 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 ha. Well, what can I say? Things happen, but I'm gonna end the stream like that. So we'll continue on later on this week. So to whomever is in here, thank you for joining me, and have a good evening. I'll see you soon. Same to time, same to channel. I'm your host, Madem-Oiselle.